Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brazil. It's now December, early in the morning, and we're going to take care of a few chores around the farm. Still need to do some landscaping here. Maybe slurry is not accepted here. There we go. Yeah, we still need to do some landscaping here. It's still a little bit ugly, but we can do that. We've got some time today. It's going to be a little slow today. We're in one of those times where we're kind of in between things. We're waiting for crops to be ready. We're waiting for the right time to sell some things. So we don't have just a whole lot to do today, but we do have a few things. We need to take care of some weeds in our I believe it's in a barley field or an oat field, whichever we planted in that field. I think it's oats. So we need to get rid of the weeds in the oat field. We need to fertilize several fields. So we have a few things to do this morning, but not just a whole lot. We need to feed the cows because they're running a little bit low on food. But we have now just about 1 million liters of total mixed ration, so our cows are set for a while. There we go, 985,000 liters, almost 986,000 liters. So we're gonna give them a few of these. I love this cow barn. Look at the clearance on a tipper trailer. That's awesome. A lot of thought went into designing this this cow barn. Wow. I can't talk today, folks. You'll have to forgive me. Alright, so the cows are filled up. They have plenty to eat. I'm going to dump this back into our production facility here. Whoops, that's not the way to do that. This is the way to do that. All right, now our chickens also need some food. We have about 25,000 liters of barley, which is what we're going to feed them. We have to make very certain that we kind of split this in half, because I don't think it's I think we could probably put all of this in one of those chicken coops. Wow, I am so sorry, folks. I cannot talk this morning. All right, so we're going to be very careful to not put more than 11,000 liters in any one of these, either one of these. So I guess it's just the first one we have to be careful about. Wow, that trigger is small, isn't it? Wow, I hit it going in, but not coming back out. That shows you how small that is. These are great chicken coops, but those triggers are tricky. There we go, right there. Now, we got to be very careful. Well, I guess we don't have to be very careful, because that's all it's going to take. Unless it moved. Let's look. Nope, those chickens are full of food. So let's fill up the other one. That's good. I thought they were close to empty. I guess they weren't. See about this one. Yeah, that took quite a bit more. But we still have 10,349,000 liters, and I think we actually have more in the silo too, so we should have about, I don't know, 15,000 liters left. So that's good. We can feed them again, because we don't have anything currently growing that we can feed to chickens. So if we run out of this, we got to grow some wheat or something, barley, sorghum. Something we can feed to our chickens, or we just have to buy food, which is not a bad thing. Wheat is not terribly expensive. In fact, I think we can use the farm productions pack to buy chicken feed for like $1,000 for 5,000 liters, something of that nature. So if we have to do that, we can do that, and it's not any huge deal. I think pretty much all of them need some fertilization, except for the field we just converted from grass. Let's see, I've got some more fertilizer over here. I might as well go ahead and put it in here. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to go. I know we need to fertilize this grass field, but with our wonderful spread on this fertilizer spreader, it's not going to take a long time at all, is it? I'm really thinking next time we mow this grass, I'm going to go ahead and plow this field. I hate all these spots of meadow grass that go away in the wintertime and then come back in the summertime. And if I have a worker do this field, they don't cut that grass, and it leaves those big patches of meadow grass in the field. I just think it would look better without it, and so I'm going to give it a plow. It definitely won't hurt, so it'll just make it look nicer. I don't know that it'll improve our yield at all, but we won't have meadow grass in with our good grass, so that's a nice thing. Boy, I do love the 42-meter spread on a fertilizer spreader. It just covers so quickly. And if you're out there doing contracts, boy, you can do a bunch of contracts in one day with a 42-meter spread. Just go straight into this field because it also needs fertilization. So our sugar beets. I am really waiting for these to get ripe because as soon as we have sugar, we have donuts. And donuts are going to make us a lot of money. That field needs to be weeded. And if somebody knows, when you have those fields that need to be weeded and they're, you look at the map, they're a brown color, right? So, but even after weeding, there's still the brown color. So it's difficult to tell whether it's been fertilized or not. So does that brown color ever go away even if you get all the weeds out? I'm unclear on that. So if anybody knows, please comment down below. And I know I could adjust the width here, but then I forget to readjust it back to full when I go to the next field and I have to do stuff over again. So I'll do that if it's a very narrow strip, but this is not that much narrower than the full spread. I'm going to go ahead and fertilize this field because I think it needs it. You know, I may be wasting both time and fertilizer here, but I can't tell from the map. All I see on the map is that it has weeds. So it doesn't cost much in time and effort just to go ahead and fertilize it. Now, part of that field needs fertilization and part of it does not. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and fertilize all of it. Looks like I'm making some difference here. I think the texture's changing. Anyway, better safe than sorry. Wow, I'm kind of making a mess of this, but I can see the difference in the texture, so I think. Yeah, I can. I don't know if you can see it, but I can. It seems to be, well, maybe I can't. Anyway. I'm going to cover what I think I need to cover. And if I've wasted fertilizer, then I've wasted fertilizer. But I would rather waste fertilizer when I don't need it than save fertilizer when I do need it. So if I can't really tell, then I guess it's best to err on the fertilization side. All right, I think I've got it all there. So this other field, our sunflower field here, half of it needs fertilization. The half that wasn't a grass field recently needs fertilization. The other half does not. And of course our field of canola over there does not need any fertilization because it was most recently a grass field. As you can see, this is not... The difference stops right there. Let's go back and look at it. You can see where it's taking fertilizer and where it's not. So this is our area that needs fertilization and the other part does not. So we're not going to fertilize it. And it should all show on that nice dark blue. That means everything is fertilized and growing happily. All right, let's check the map and see how we're doing on fertilization. We're doing well. But you can see this field right here is still showing weeds, and it's not showing us what's fertilized and what isn't fertilized. So we're going to go ahead and grab the sprayer, and we're going to kill the weeds in that field. Now, as I said before, I don't know if that's going to then show us the fertilization status. It's been my experience in the past that it just continues to show weeds even after you've killed all the weeds. So I don't know. I'm going to kill all the weeds, and we already fertilized it, so we'll see. We'll do the best we can. So I'm going to go ahead and weed this field. And then I think, I know it's only 9 o'clock in the morning, but there's just not a lot to do right now. And there won't be a lot to do until we have something to harvest. So we may go ahead and sleep for the rest of December and see if our next field is ready to harvest in January. Hopefully it will be. All right, we should have plenty of herbicide to do this with. It's going to be a while for these sugar beets. And that's what I'm really anxious for, is the sugar beets. But, whatever's available, we'll harvest and we'll get it in the right facility and we'll start turning it into whatever it needs to be. I think it's probably going to be the oat field that's ready to go next. Oats are really fast. All right. Let's kill some weeds. And that is the weeds all killed. I'll put this away. And I think those are really the only jobs that we needed to do today in December. So as much as I hate to just waste a day, I really don't know what else to do. I'm going to look at the map and see how close we are to being ready to harvest the oats. If it looks like they'll be ripe in January, then we may go ahead and sleep and harvest those in this episode. If it looks like it's not, then I don't know. I'll just have to think about what else we can do, if anything. All right, let's take a look at the map and see where we are now. See, now I just killed all the weeds, and so now the field is just brown. So is it fertilized? I don't know. I guess we can go out to the field and have the field report pop up, and it should tell us whether it's 100% fertilized or not. I think it is. But I wish once you killed all the weeds, then the whole weed notification would just go away, but it does not. So we just have a brown field on our map. All right, let's look at growth. Yeah, that looks like it's ready to be ready. And that is our oat field, right? Yeah, that's an oat field. So that should be ready for its first harvest tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and take a nap. And then harvest it tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, change of plans. It's still December, and I thought that we would spend a little more of our time today instead of just sleeping the day away. I'd come over here and do some of this landscaping that I've been talking about but haven't done. So, first thing I want to do is this piece that we're looking at right here. I want to make the road. You see where the road is, and there's grass here that this production put in. I'm not sure why it puts grass way out here when the cows can't get to it, but okay. We're going to turn that back into road. So we'll go to landscaping, painting, and choose the right color dirt because we have 3 different dirts to choose from. I'm pretty sure this is the one I normally use. Yes, that one matches the other. So we're just going to kind of take all of this out. It's not going to be even. You can see there's already some jaggedness there. And it's a dirt road, so I'm not going to be too picky. I probably should be using a round tool for this, but that worked out okay. Alright, so now I want to also incorporate this into the road. I think it just kind of make the road go along there. So I am going to go with a circular cursor. Actually, we'll come all the way up here. And even that up a little bit. Get rid of that. And I probably made that a little too wide, but that's okay. Make it meet up over here. All right. Make our cursor a little bigger. All right, that's much better. That's much nicer. All right, we can even up our concrete here just a little bit. Don't need anything that big for sure. Get a little closer. Tend to get stuck way out there and not get close enough to what I'm doing, and then I mess it up and have to come in and get closer. All right, that looks pretty good. And come around here. See what I need to do over here. Actually, that's not bad. I think I will do some dirt right here, though. Kind of make it match everything else. All right, that looks a little neater. So, I think maybe I'll try to do like dirt over here. And then here, I don't know. All right. I like that. That's better. And the last thing I want to do is just kind of clean up the grass here in front of our chickens. So we're going to get that. And the same thing over here. Just makes things a little neater. A little less shaggy. Okay. That looks pretty good. So we got some things cleaned up. I know that didn't take very long. But I think this is a good place to call it an episode because I think we might have quite a bit of work to do next time. More than we could fit into one episode or fit into this episode. So I think we're going to wait until next time to do our oat harvest. If you enjoyed this episode, I would surely appreciate a thumbs up or a subscription. If you didn't like this episode, please post a comment and tell me why. That can only help me get better. Either way, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.